always big fans of the original Need for Speed games on 3DO. It's always good for it really captured the thrill of driving an amazing car. So, you know, if you had a Lamborghini, you would take it out onto an open road and drive it really quickly, and sometimes crash it. And there are many similarities to Burnout. We had lots of other influences as well, but Need for Speed was definitely one of them when we made Burnout. And on Hot Pursuit, we're going back to those games to take inspiration again for this Hot Pursuit.
So how does it feel then to, so to speak, close the circle and go back to one of the games that inspired Burnout?
Yes, we're not closing the circle, we're just taking stuff from the past and influences and adding something new as well. So it's not just a copy of an old game, it is a whole new game. It takes inspiration from many places, but we add something new, we take from different places to create the best game we think we can make, and that's Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Well, when we wanted to do a Need for Speed game, having made Burnout, we wanted to do Criterion's version of a Need for Speed game. So it's what we think a Need for Speed game should be, and that's not the same as Burnout, and it's not exactly the same as what Need for Speed's been in the past, but it's our own take on what it should be. It's not as arcadey as Burnout. There's a bit more driving, if you know what I mean, a bit more depth to the driving. So that way, that's more Need for Speed style than Burnout style, definitely, to give you an example. What we did on Burnout Paradise, especially in the year of Paradise, what we learned and what people wanted to do, and came up with the idea of Autolog, because a lot of the times you want to compete with your friends, but they're not online at the same time, or it's difficult to arrange to get in the same game. When you do that, it's very good, but sometimes it's not possible. So we wanted to put in a system where everything you do in the game is tracked and then sent to your friends and compared with what they do. So if I set a really good time and then you beat it, the game will tell me and I'll want to go and beat it again.
Criterion's games have always been very visually appealing. How important do you feel that the graphical presentation is in a racing game in this day and age?
It's very important. It gives you the sense of speed when you're driving the cars. If you are in a fast car, you know, your Lamborghini or a Zonda, you think this has got to go quickly. When you drive it, it's got to look like it's fast, and that's all about the graphics and the detail as it moves, as you move through the world. We're very lucky we've got a lot of very good people that make good graphics, and some of the world art was done here in DICE, which is a first for us and worked really well.
How do you handle differently skilled players? I'm thinking especially of the one-on-one interceptor mode. I imagine playing cops and robbers might get a bit boring, maybe even, if the cop falls so far behind that he has no chance to catch the robber.
Different skill players, it's if somebody is better at the game, they expect to win because they're better, so there's only so much you can do to balance that out, otherwise you're not really playing a game. If you play in public games, there is matchmaking, so it should find similar players against you. The only way to have very different skills of players is to play with your friends, and if it's with your friends, I guess you don't mind so much. The cars are always balanced, so there's no one car that will always win. So otherwise, there'd be no point having the others, everybody would just choose the fast one. But I think the system we've got works really well, and yeah, although some people beat you, that's all fair enough, I think.
There's no rubber banding or such things like in Mario Kart?
Not like that. Well, not an interceptor. We do some things in race just to even it up a bit. If you end up way behind, we very cleverly help you without you realising to make the race exciting, but it doesn't ruin the race, and most people don't notice it's there. Well, one thing we wanted to do in the career mode was really concentrate on the cops. In previous Need for Speed games, you could play the cops in a cop car, but it was a side mode or not something you did for most of the game. But in this one, we wanted to spend a lot of time playing as the cops. So we have two separate offline careers, one for racers, one for cops, and with different game modes, different events, and you play through both, and you have a level and ranking up system. As you play through both, you'll rank up each one separately. Yeah. Also, you'll unlock cars separately, and if you play all through offline, unlock everything, do really well, you can take all those cars online as well. We don't like games where you play and unlock everything and then go online and have to do it again, so it's shared between the two sides. So the offline and online splits between cops and racers and works together really well, I think. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit's out 19th of November. Everyone should go and buy it. That's what I want to. That's what I want to get across. And the demo's out right now, so you can go and try it out.